Now, it may sound like an exaggeration, but I swear it's true. If I had to pick just one guitar exercise that changed my life, it's this one. This exercise basically launched my career as a gigging musician, and how could that be? But it's true. I was studying this exercise the week before I walked into my very first audition. I plugged in, I tuned up, and I just improvised to warm up using the ideas from this exercise. Now, I didn't just play the exercise. I was using the ideas as I was improvising something while I was warming up. And I saw the look on their faces. They all kind of went, And that wasn't the material that I was supposed to play for the audition, so I still had to play that, but I practiced my butt off, so I nailed it, and I got the gig. And then I met a certain someone in that band later too, so it really did change my life. The idea is this. Picture any pentatonic shape. For this, I'm just going to use C Major Pentatonic. And notice where there are 2 strings in a row with notes that are only 2 frets apart. Pick any of those places and hold on to those 2 notes with one finger and just hammer on with only one of the other strings. You could call it a double stop hammer-on. Whatever you call it, it's very Jimi Hendrix, it's very 1960s soul, and it's a great sound. So then I got the idea to memorize where all these places are in each of the pentatonic shapes. For example, here's shape 5, we've got these 2 in a row. Right? We've got shape 1's here, easy shape. That one has a lot of them, right? We've got extension shapes right at the top. We would have shape 3, this would be. There's not as many there high up, but there's some others lower down. We could do shape 4. We've got some right there as well. And that's when I realized, especially when doing shape 4, which as some of you know I like to call the funny B string shape, that there is another formation of the double stop hammer-on that is really useful and actually still quite easy to play. And we can find that shape in a lot of places. So now we've got so many locations that we can play the double stop hammer-on in the pentatonic shapes using the ones that are 2 frets apart, 1 string apart, and the ones that are the funny B string shape, which is not only in funny B string shape, it's in lots of places. It's right here where shape 1 and extension shape connect as well. That's an excellent one to do. So I memorized all the places that I could find them. And sometimes I would start just playing them in order as an exercise, which is where this all comes from. Now, all the tabs for this exercise are on our Patreon, which you can get for free because you can sign up for 7 days for free. But we're going to also put some of the tabs here on the screen to get you started. So let's combine a few of those double stop hammer-ons. Doing too many of them in a row does start to sound like an exercise, but exercises are important, right? That's how we memorize where all these are, and so that when we do come across them in whatever pentatonic shape we're in, then we just see them at that moment. That's what we want. Whenever we're improvising, we look down and we just see, oh, I have this opportunity for the double stop hammer-on. And then maybe I could connect it with another, or more importantly, maybe just connect it with a different lick, with a single note line. So I could play anything in C Major Pentatonic. Let's go through each shape briefly. If we think of shape 5, major pentatonic, I know some of you for major pentatonic have different numbers for this, but I just don't see why we would use different numbers for minor pentatonic and major pentatonic, so I'm just calling it shape 5. We could also call it symmetrical shape. And at the top of symmetrical shape, we have those 4 notes, so there's the double stop hammer-on. Could be, or could be, depending on which string we hammer on, right? Above that, we have easy shape. I'm calling it shape 1. And if it's major pentatonic, remember, my root is there under pinky. And I have all of these 6 notes in a row. So all my double stop hammer-ons there are... I have a little C major triad there that works really well too. Let's think of extension shape. If I walk up to extension shape there, I've got double stop hammer-ons right at the top of that extension shape. That's pretty good. And I've got the other shape, right, there where shape 1 and where extension shape connect. You could connect those in order and go to a root, something like that. Again, if you have too many of them, it starts to sound like an exercise, but I don't know. I didn't mind that. What do you guys think? Let's do the next shape up. The next shape up, we don't have as many good opportunities. This would be shape 3. Some of my students call that triple stack because it's this one here, right? But we do have this. We have to be careful which one we hammer on, but if I hold the top 2 strings at the 10th fret there, I can hammer on the top string. That works. Or if we want a lower pitched thing going on, we got these ones, which can be pretty cool. And let's do, what do we got? The last one we've got funny B string shape, shape 4 major pentatonic, root, pinky on the root there on C, that's 15th fret of the A, and it gives me this shape. I have the original 2 fret apart double stop hammer-ons right here, and I have the funny B string shape right here. Let's combine those. We have, that's pretty good. We could just go to a root or play anything afterwards to make it resolve, or just another lick. And really, that's just the start of it, because then I realized that certain ones of these are perfect for certain chords. Let me explain what I mean. Let's do the funny B string shape one here. When I go up and back down again, the 2 notes that I end with are G and C. G and C are the 5th and the root of a C chord, right? So what happens is that when I play that one, it sounds especially well when the song is on a C chord. And then I thought, well, that means that I could do this trick for whatever chord is at whatever moment of the song, right? If I wanted a G chord, I would have to know where to find it, but it's there. How'd I know that? That's a lot trickier. I know that this note on the B string is a G, so I can hear that as a G chord, and that's going to resolve especially well. I could do, say, a C chord to a G chord. What about an F chord? That sounds like the beginning of a song that we used to play a lot called The Wait. It's not quite that song, but it's very similar. It could be a great intro to a song. So then I started using these double stops and combining them by targeting them for certain chords. And let's put a whole bunch of them together with some of those chord ideas as well. Then we get a pretty cool line. Again, maybe it's too much of an exercise, but it's well worth practicing, because when we put it together as an exercise, we are helping us to remember where each of them are and how to connect them. And later we can connect them with some scales, some single note lines, or just connect a few of them rather than so many of them. And even though I've done all of these in major pentatonic, of course, it works in minor pentatonic as well. They're the same shapes, the roots are in a different place. And actually, I've already done a video that does this that maybe you haven't watched yet. It's right here, check it out.